All right, so believe it or not, we have some big changes coming in the real estate industry like next month, August 17th, which is crazy, right around the corner. And I'm not sure consumers exactly know what's coming and how it impacts them. So let me lay out a few of those changes for you and how it impacts you as a buyer and as a seller. So first on the buy side, whereas before you could see homes without an agreement in place with a buyer's agent, you are now going to be, at least here in Chicagoland with our board, you are going to be required to have a representation agreement before you start viewing homes. Not before you submit an offer or not later on so compliance is happy, like right away, right before you start viewing homes. The only exception that I'm aware of is if you view a home via open house. Otherwise, you'll need an agreement in place. One of the other big changes, the offer of compensation field on the MLS will be removed altogether. There will be no visibility to that. So if the seller is offering compensation, there won't be a great aggregation site available to see what that is. The buyer's agent will literally have to call the listing agent to figure out what they are offering. And third is there's going to be a decoupling of commissions, whereas as part of that buyer's representation agreement that I mentioned earlier, that would detail exactly what services are provided for what fee, buyer paying buyer's agent. And then on the flip side, just like we've always done, the listing agent will contract a fee with the seller. The big change there is the seller will not have to decide up front what they would want to pay a buyer's agent, if they want to pay a buyer's agent anything at all. They can basically leave it open-ended. They're only contracting with that listing agent what the listing agent's going to get paid, and they're basically saying everything else is negotiable. When that buyer submits the offer, they could submit an offer asking the seller to pay the buyer's agent's commission. They could ask for credits to offset it. They could do really whatever they want, and the seller can agree to whatever they want. The main difference is they're not deciding up front what portion of the listing agent's commission is going to be offered to the buyer's agent. Those are big changes. Again, that could net be some gain for sellers, theoretically, if they're not having to lead with offering buyer's agent compensations. And then also on the flip side, theoretically, it could be increasing the cost of buyers in an already tough environment where home affordability is at its worst. We'll see how this all plays out, but the changes are right around the corner. If you'd like to know more about this, check out the description of this video. You can get in touch with us and we'd be happy to answer your specific questions.